Kvicha Kvaratskhelia to Manchester United. What a bomber. Could this happen? Where does Marcus Rashford lies into the story? Could it be a potential swap deal for Kvicha Kvaratskhelia? We're going to hear from Fabrizio Romano, but guys, let's get right into the game, shall we? Let's go.
And Garnacho!
Has the Premier League ever been more challenging?
Will you be in the dugout at Old Trafford on Sunday? I will be here. Definitely.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go, people. January window is open, and there is some bombast breaking involved. Kvicha Kvaratskhelia to potentially go to Manchester United, PSG. Liverpool is lurking around. What's going on with Marcus Rashford and all that jazz? This is Mick Ruby from the Transfer Corner, Mufc RealistTV. Guys, before you get into the stories, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new. So let's get right into the story. We try to round this up in 15 to 20 minutes maximum. Well, where does this stand to? Kvaratskhelia to Manchester United. What is the interest? According to the latest tweet from L'Equipe in the France newspapers and tweets, Manchester United are interested to sign Kvicha Kvaratskhelia and are preparing a competitive bid for utilizing Marcus Rashford. What is the story? Well, we got Fabrizio Romano coming in here as well to say what is going on. But first and foremost, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Mufc RealistTV. If we sort of kind of break it down where it starts from, well, what about Kvara? What is the breakdown? And Napoli, in certain sense, have 2 years left on Kvicha Kvaratskelia's contract. Napoli is trying to pin him down. He doesn't want to sign a contract. He's currently earning around, I don't know, really. I think he's earning 200K a week or something like that, right? That's what I heard. But contract talks for Kvaratskhelia has then stalled, according to Napoli, are no longer close to the idea of letting him go in the January window. This is because they feel that 2 years left on his contract. They want to sort of maximize and cash in at the moment, and there's fierce competition now, according to GFFN for Man United, also proposing a deal to utilize Marcus Rashford in the transfer. Furthermore, it continues to say by L'Equipe, Napoli are no longer against the sale of Kvaratskhelia, whose current contract at Napoli runs out in summer 2027. That is why both Manchester United and PSG are working behind the scenes of the winger. While Kvaratskhelia might well be out of interest to the Red Devils, his value is likely to be more than Rashford's, who is clearly up for sale. That is why a January move in Napoli would be quite difficult, according to L'Equipe as well. Guys, I want to hear from your thoughts and feelings. This is music to our ears, but is it possible? You know, will Man United be able to afford this? Could they utilize Kvaratskhelia for a potential transfer swap? I want to hear from Fabrizio Romano what he has to say. So let's add Fabrizio Romano to the stage as well. Let's continue. Allora, Fabrizio. Allora. Welcome. This is the latest update.
I was sharing about the situation of Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. Now the story is everywhere, but the story started there because Napoli contract proposal to extend the contract of Kvicha Kvaratskhelia was not accepted by the player for months and months and months. Paris Saint-Germain wanted to sign Kvicha Kvaratskhelia last summer. Napoli said no chance, no negotiations. Even Antonio Conte, new manager of Napoli last summer, decided to close the doors to the exit of Kvaratskhelia. So Paris Saint-Germain found a clear no from Napoli. But I will be back on this point in a minute. First of all, I wanted to explain to you that Napoli, after that, started negotiating for a new contract with Kvaratskhelia. Why? Because Kvaratskhelia has been a sensation for Napoli, won the title, has been one of the best signings in terms of expectation and performances, one of the best in the history of Serie A. So again, congrats to Napoli for what they did with Kvaratskhelia. But it's also important to say that Kvaratskhelia has exactly the same salary and the same contract he signed when he joined Napoli years ago. So imagine, is a salary that is not even reaching 2 million euros net.
2 million euros. That you know, that confirmation what I said earlier. Forget about that. So Kvaratskhelia is on 2 million euro net for a world-class player. Oh my God! And you know, Napoli don't want to give him the higher salary. So that's kind of the reason why they are looking to move, and that's why, you know, Kvaratskhelia and the agent says no to extend the contract. Interesting.
Per season, which is a salary that is quite normal, also in Serie A, for football players. Imagine for a player like Kvaratskhelia. So Napoli tried to extend his contract. The player is not answering, is not accepting. And so what happens? Napoli are opening doors to the exit of Kvaratskhelia, and Kvaratskhelia is also opening doors to a January immediate exit. Something that many people didn't expect, but this contract situation really changed the story. And then when I was mentioning this, I was also mentioning Paris Saint-Germain, because Paris Saint-Germain, while I'm recording this video, started a concrete attack for Kvaratskhelia. That was the exclusive update, but it doesn't mean that the deal is done. It means that Paris Saint-Germain are in negotiations with Napoli for Kvaratskhelia.
This stems down from last summer window where Kvaratskhelia, PSG went in for 200 million bid for Kvaratskhelia and Victor Osimhen. I remember this clearly. So, you know, right now, I don't think that Paris Saint-Germain really need a left winger. They are fully stocked, but let's hear what Fabrizio Romano has to say regarding this.
Let me go back to the first point, because here there is something really important to say when we talk about the price, the package, and what's going on for Kvaratskhelia. In May last year, before the start of the summer transfer window, Paris Saint-Germain presented a proposal to Napoli, sent by the agent of Victor Osimhen, who was in excellent relationship with Paris Saint-Germain, a proposal worth 210 million euros, 200 guaranteed, 10 in advance for Kvaratskhelia and Osimhen. So Paris Saint-Germain wanted to sign at the beginning of the market, even before the beginning of the market, May 2024, both Kvaratskhelia and Osimhen. Napoli said, no, Kvaratskhelia is not for sale. Osimhen situation took the whole summer. We know then what happened, and he joined Galatasaray, but that's what happened in that case. Now is more than 6 months. So Kvaratskhelia has a short contract with Napoli. The salary situation is not fixed, and so Paris Saint-Germain are back to the table, but at different conditions. Napoli want 80 million euros for Kvaratskhelia. This is the price tag. Paris Saint-Germain want to include players, and so when they started the conversation on Thursday with Napoli, they discussed the opportunity to include a player. And the name I told you yesterday, and I can confirm today, is Milan Skriniar. Paris Saint-Germain are trying to include Milan Skriniar in the deal. Napoli are not taking Milan Skriniar on a permanent transfer because they believe the salary is too expensive. Let's see if they can change the formula or they can find.
Okay, so the latest reports, what I'm hearing, that's, you know, they are offering actually 4 times the salary. Like if it goes to PSG, that is extensive money. Like, and if you're on 2 million per year, they're offering, I think, about what, 4 times more. Like, you know, that's crazy money, right? And by the way, like, you know, it's true what Fabrizio Romano is saying. They are offering Milan Skriniar. So this is PSG hoovering up talent, sitting on the bench, collecting dust. But it doesn't really make sense. Like, you know, Napoli don't need a defender. Like, if you're going to sort of sell, you know, a left winger such as world beater like Kvaratskhelia, you would like to replace him, wouldn't you? And this is what I believe that Marcus Rashford could be to the interest, like for like swap.
The solution. But Paris Saint-Germain and Napoli are in direct contact and negotiation while I'm recording this video for Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia is also in direct contact with Paris Saint-Germain on the contract, and PSG are prepared to pay per 4 or per 5 what he's earning in Napoli today. So the negotiation is really concrete. But the negotiation is not done. So let's see what could happen from England, because obviously when a player like Kvaratskhelia with a big bomb dropped today, many clubs started calling to understand the situation of.
That includes Liverpool, Manchester United, Chelsea, XYZ. We're going to dive into that as well, Fabrizio Romano. But thank you so much for clarifying that situation. I want to hear from you guys. Leave a comment in the non-live comment section. Do you reckon Man United do have a chance? Let's dive into the stories further. Well, if you have a look at Kvara to United, in my opinion, if you go into what L'Equipe is saying, Tansik Loic saying that Manchester United are interested in signing Kvaratskhelia and are proposing the idea to exchange for Marcus Rashford for the winger. And this makes sense what I said earlier. Like, you know, you see that PSG coming in, offer Milan Skriniar, which is a centre-back, and they say, well, we don't want him. So basically, Kvaratskhelia is a world beater. He basically helped Napoli win the league, and 100%. If you get rid of Kvaratskhelia, we know we have Conte, and Conte is a big fan of Marcus Rashford. So that would be something advantage that Man United come in and do. But that means that Man United, in terms of the evaluation, 80 million euro, which is approximately 70 million pound. Could it be a like-for-like evaluation? Marcus Rashford is currently evaluated on 60-70. Can they offer player Marcus Rashford and get Kvaratskhelia? And why would Kvicha want to come to Man United, who's currently sitting on 13th spot? To continue more, and this is what David Ornstein is saying, Kvaratskhelia to Liverpool. Is that a possibility? Well, according to Liverpool, Ornstein said that he could move. They could move, but they are not really in for it. They've just been inquiring. Liverpool could consider move to sign Kvaratskhelia if he leaves to Napoli in January, but it's not really actively working. They don't really actively need a winger, so that's more likely that PSG, Chelsea, etc., also including Manchester United, are kind of acquiring. So Liverpool fans, I am sorry if you got excited about David Ornstein to say that Liverpool are in for him. He said we could consider, but they are not really in for the winger. Moving on, the domino effect. I want to sort of bring up a tweet to the brilliant colleague of mine and friend Alice. What could this happen? This is the domino effect that we can see happening in the transfer window. And I keep talking about the domino window. This could give Napoli future funds to sign Rashford permanently. If they sell, for instance, Kvaratskhelia to PSG, this gives Napoli, for instance, 80 million to go and sign Marcus Rashford permanently. Even if we don't get a Kvaratskhelia, PSG might need to sell Nuno Mendez. We know we're in for the left wing back. That money can fund the move. 100%. So this is kind of a little bit of a domino effect. United could try for a Rashford swap deal. As many sources confirm, we are interesting. But also there is a striker that PSG don't really fancy. We know they have Kualamani. They have Can In Lee. Could also happen and heat up. So I have a feeling, according to Fabrizio Romano, I do have a good feeling, including what Alice is saying, that this could really be the domino effect heating up. Now, what is the chances, in my opinion? Could this really, really happen? What is the likelihood of us getting Kvaratskhelia? Ask yourself the question. I will give my ratings. Well, according to my opinion, the chances of us getting Kvaratskhelia, in my opinion, is slim. I hate to be the bearer, bad news, but I look at Manchester United's finances. Yes, it could be possible. It could be happening, but it all depends on if Kvaratskhelia wants to come to Man United. We have been linked to Kvaratskhelia, but would struggle in financial terms. The only way what we can do is to offer Marcus Rashford to Napoli, a like-for-like swap. Let's say PSG was offered a player in terms of a centre-back like Milan Skriniar. In certain ways, where we can come in and say to Conte, you're going to lose your star man, your left wing-back. How about you take Marcus Rashford and do a swap deal, potentially offer some money and some players your way as well. So could this happen on a hardometer? I would say I give it a lukewarm 3 out of 10 or potentially a 4. We will see. But this is the transfer bomber of today, in my opinion. Anyway, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe and let me know in the comment section below. Do you reckon that this deal could be possible? Do you reckon Marcus Rashford could go to Napoli to be utilized as a pawn? We know that Conte wants, he likes him, but more likely, it looks like Marcus Rashford to AC Milan is set and done. Anyway, guys, this has been a snappy update, less than 15 minutes as promised. This has been Mick Ruby for Mufc RealistTV. We'll be back later on with the press conference of Ruben Amorim as Manchester United are playing Arsenal in the FA Cup. Glory, glory, Manchester United. Peace and God bless. I'm out of here.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching Mufc RealistTV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.